Hi, this is Dean Odell with 7 Gables Real Estate in the Odell Group. It's October 15th and it's time for another Tustin Talks. Welcome to our new channel. We're going to be talking about the local market as well as the overall Orange County market. Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the active listing inventory, and what you can see is we have 6,616 homes that were on the market last year, but now there is only 4,153 homes. That means we have dropped 37% in inventory and we are down 2,463 homes. That is the lowest level since the tracking began. Tracking began back in 2004, and this is the lowest level of inventory in Orange County ever. Okay, so looking at the demand chart, this is the amount of demand in the last 30 days. If we look at where we are right now versus where we were last year, you can see we're up significantly. Last year, we were probably right around 2,400 homes that went into escrow. In September, this September, 3,254 went in, so that is quite the increase, almost a 33% increase. This is the highest demand in October since 2012. And in 2012, what's interestingly enough, we had the same amount of sales almost, 3,255 actually, but 1,167 of those were foreclosures or short sales. That was a distressed market, and 36% of what was going in escrow was short sales or foreclosures. Sorry to interrupt this program, but you know what? Let's make sure you're subscribed to Tustin Talks. Click on the button below next to our name, and if that doesn't work for any reason, you can just go to TustinTalks.com or our websites, the Odell Group and NorthTustin.com, and subscribe there. So let's continue. Looking at the demand by price range on what I call my favorite chart, because it really shows you that different things happen in different price ranges. Again, look at all the dark green on this chart. That is a deep seller's market, and you can see that levels off at the $2 million mark where we get a balanced market, and the deep red market or the buyer's market is over $4 million. You can study the expected marketing time this year versus last year, and you can see how the share of housing inventory compares with the share of demand. So you'll see in the lower price ranges, the share of demand is much higher relative to the inventory versus the higher price ranges. This is what makes up appreciation. This is why prices go up. You guys have to be careful, you sellers out there, that you understand what price range you are and what the demand is and the supply, because that is what's driving price. So if you're in that 2 million plus range, 4 million plus range, all this stuff you're reading about the market accelerating and prices jumping and all that kind of stuff doesn't apply to you as much as it does the lower price ranges, okay? Going to closed sales. Looking at the closed sales, we are in another high, 3,153 closings in the last 30 days. As a matter of fact, September was a record month. Talked to our escrow officers about it too as well, and they said within the industry that was the largest closing month they can remember having in the month of September. So if you look at the sales price ratio, meaning what did that house sell for relative to what its asking price was, it was 98.8%. So for you mathematicians out there, that means you know that you only have to be within 1% of what you're going to sell your house at. Tight pricing, multiple offers, driving the price up. We want to get these houses priced on, and we'll talk more about that. And also understand that 99.6% of all the closings were equity sells. Everybody's worried that the market's going to crash, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. Yeah, at some point it's going to, you guys. It's just inevitable, but it's not anywhere close right now, okay? If you remember, I said about a third of the homes that were selling in 2012 were in foreclosure. We have less than 1% of the homes in Orange County that are selling right now that are distressed sales. So we are nowhere near a foreclosure market. But if you guys want to keep waiting out there, I know some of you buyers think it's right around the corner, a lot's going to have to change very quickly to get into a market like that. So I don't see that happening for a while. Now we go to Tustin. This is only available on the Odell Group because, of course, for some of you who know us, we've been in this area for 30 plus years and we do more than half of our business in this area. We're market leaders in this area. So we kind of want to keep up with this area, keep you guys informed. So let's look at the September data this year versus last year. For sale, how many homes we are off versus last year in the different zip codes. So North Tustin, for example, is down 44%. Tustin is down 25%, and Tustin Ranch is down about 28%. If we look at new listings, you can see in North Tustin, it's about even. Tustin was up 50%. They actually have more listings that came on the market this year than last year. And they also have the same phenomenon over there in the 92782 zip code, the Tustin Ranch, Tustin Legacy. Then when you look at the solds, you can see for North Tustin, they had 9.8% increase, even though they didn't have any new listings to absorb, right? 92780 comparatively, they were up 55.6% compared to the new listings that were up 50%. So they over-absorbed what was coming on the market. And then you look at 92782, up 39.1% versus the listings that were up 41%. So you can see that did not over-absorb what was coming on the market. That's probably the difference of just one home, right? So then you look at the pendings comparatively, and you can see how those compared. Tustin Legacy, Tustin Ranch was way up, 78%. Congratulations over there, that's a great month. And then months of inventory, you can see that we are somewhere between 0.9 and 1.4 months in all the Tustin areas. That is not a whole lot of inventory, you guys. So that is very good for the sellers. You can look at the active average price versus the average sold price comparison. You can see there's a big disconnect in North Tustin. You got an average price of 1.892 and an average sold price of 1.253. That is a big difference, okay, versus the other Tustin zip codes. You can see how much closer those are. Final list price to sales price ratio, look at that, 99%, 100%, 100%. So that means that on an average, these houses are selling pretty much at full price. And that happens if you price a property correctly. Original price to sold price, you can see that some of these houses in North Tustin had to come down just a little bit before they went into escrow and sold, versus the other areas very, very tight on the original list price. Average days on the market, you can see how that compares as well. So that's the Tustin data. And now we're going to give some quick advice to the buyers and sellers in this market. Okay, buyers, let me give you some advice here. First of all, for all of you watching, this Tustin Talks is 1 week late because I was out of town last week and was not able to shoot this Tustin Talks. So next week we will have another Tustin Talks, which means that this data that I'm giving you is a little bit older. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the data shows next week. I can tell you from being out in the marketplace myself with our agents and our team that we are definitely feeling a pullback right now, which was expected. I mean, it is October, it is an election year, so things are kind of slowing down a little bit, and that's good. We need things to slow down a little bit, quite honestly. It's crazy. For you buyers that are out there, I always tell buyers the fourth quarter is usually a good time to buy. You've got less competition, and unfortunately, you got less listings. But if there's a good one out there at today's rates and everything, and you need a home for your family, I'll tell you what, fourth quarter is a great time to buy. So if we can help you out with that, give us a call. We're working on all kinds of new listings ourselves. And so let's go to the sellers. Sellers, okay, you guys are sitting in the catbird seat, as you have for a while, but the mistake a lot of you sellers are making right now that I'm seeing is you are coming out on the market way too high, okay? People are thinking, they're here reading all the headlines, they're hearing all this great stuff and overbids and this and that and da-da-da-da-da. You guys, if you wanna make your life simple, price the house correctly, okay? There is a quote by Stephen Thomas in this housing report that I wanna read to you. Testing the market by overpricing a home will only result in wasted marketing time, fewer showings, no offers, and a whole lot of frustration. It also results in not taking advantage of the most activity a home receives after coming on the market. The initial first few weeks when buyers are literally waiting for fresh inventory to hit the market. Okay, so that is the quote by Stephen Thomas, who's another guy who's been in the business as long as I have. So if you're not gonna listen to me, please listen to him. This is the biggest mistake I see sellers making right now, okay? There's a saying, and you guys have probably heard it, pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered, okay? Which do you wanna be, you guys? Things are so good right now. The expected marketing time is just gosh, it's probably less than half of what it was in the last couple of years. So take advantage of this market, get the right agent working for you. Don't just listen to anybody. Listen to someone who knows what's going on. Our team has sold 80 homes year to date, okay? We understand what's going on. We're out there, we're doing it. So give us a call and we can get you pointed in the right direction, get your house prepped properly for the market, and have that thing looking great and priced right and get you moving, okay? So that's it for this week's Tustin Talks, and we will see you next time. Thanks, bye-bye. The Odell Group's been around for nearly 40 years. We are ranked number 9 in transactions closed, and we can give you the right advice to help you make good decisions. So please click on our subscribe button here and start watching the videos and let us know if there's anything we do to help you.